Om Shanti. This is Sakar Murli of 13th January 2024. Essence. Sweet children, people create many ways to benefit their bodies. Only the Father tells you the way of souls to make progress and ascend. This is the responsibility of the Father alone. Question. Which elevated directions does the Father give you children in order for you to continue to make constant progress? Answer. Children, in order to make progress, first point, constantly stay in the pilgrimage of remembrance. It is only by having remembrance that the lust on your souls will be removed. Second point, never remember the past or have any expectations of the future. Second point, act for the livelihood of your bodies, but don't waste whatever time you have. Use your time in the worthwhile way by remembering the Father. Fourth point, do godly service for at least 8 hours and you will continue to make progress. Om Shanti. The spiritual Father expands you children, spiritual children. That is, to you souls, people say that the Supreme Soul has the responsibility for souls and that He alone can show all souls the way to make progress and peace of mind. Each soul resides in the center of the forehead, detached from everything else. Generally, there is some diseases in the rest of the body, not the forehead. Although you may have the headache, there could be no difficulty whether the throne of the soul is because the soul is seated on the throne. There is only the one Supreme Soul who is the surgeon, who enables souls to make progress and who gives you peace of mind. Only when a soul progresses can the soul receive health and wealth. No matter how much you do to your body, there will be no progress at all. There continue to be one conflict to another in the bodies. No one apart from the Father can bring about the advancement of souls. All others in the world find ways for the advancement of bodies, but they provide no advancement or ascending stage for souls. Only the Father teaches you this. Everything depends on each soul. It is soul that become 16 Celsius degrees full, and then it is souls that become totally empty of degrees. Souls become 16 Celsius degrees full. Only the Father explains to you how the degrees of the souls decreases. The Father says, you had a lot of happiness in the golden age. Souls had been in the ascending stage. At other spiritual gatherings, they don't explain how souls can progress. They stay in the physical intoxication. They are body conscious. Whereas the Father is making you soul conscious. Souls that have become Tamo Pradhan have to be made Sato Pradhan. Everything there is spiritual, whereas everything there is physical. Surgeons translate hearts. That has no connection with souls. Souls reside in the center of their foreheads. In foreheads, they don't have any operation, etc. Acha. Father explains that souls only make progress once. When souls become Tamo Pradhan, the Father who brings about progress for souls become. Without him, no souls can into the ascending stage. The Father says, through that the Tamo Pradhan souls cannot come to me. When people come to you, they ask you how then there will be the peace and how they are progress. However, they don't know where they are going to and what will happen after they have progressed. They can call out, "Come and make the improvements once pure. Come and take us the land of liberation and life." So he could take souls back with him. The bodies could be destroyed here. However, those things are not in anyone's intellect. These are God's directions. All the rest are the dictates of human beings. By following God's direction, you reach the sky. You reach the land of peace and the land of happiness. Then, according to the drama, you also have come down. There is no surgeon apart from the Father who can enable souls to make progress. The surgeon then make you the same as himself. Some bring about very good progress in others, some to the medium level, and some bring about the third level of progress in others. Only the one Father is responsibility for the progress of souls. No one in the world knows this. The Father says, "I come to uplift those stages, etc., when souls first come down. They are pure. The Father has now come to bring about progress in everyone. Look, you are continue to make progress, number-wise, according to the effort you make. There you will receive first-class bodies. The Father is the imperishable surgeon. He alone comes and bring about progress for you. So you will then go to the highest on high sweet form. Those people go to the moon. In order you have to make progress. The imperishable surgeon says, "Constantly remember me alone, and your sins will be absolved." The Father says, liberates the children of the world. When you go to the heaven, all of the rest will be in the land of peace. The Father carries out such a wonderful task. It is the wonder of the Father. This is why it is said, "Only you know your way and means." The directions are given to souls. If a soul were to become separated, he could not receive directions. There is the ascending stage through God's direction and the descending stage through human dictates. This is also fixed in the drama. Those people think that is the heaven now. As you make further progress, you will know whether this is hell or heaven. They create so much unheaven over languages. They are unhappy. There are no sorrow in heaven. There won't even be earthquakes. The old world is now to be destroyed and heaven will be created. Then half a cycle. Even that will disappear. They say that Dwaraka sink beneath the ocean. Things of gold have become buried down below. They could surely go down below the earthquakes. They do not dig beneath the ocean and bring them out. When they dig beneath of the ground, they find treasures through. The Father says, "I uplift everyone," and then everyone defame and insult me. I even uplift those who defame me. So there should be definitely be praise of me. Look how much respect they have on the path of devotion. You children to praise the Father so much. You have shown 32 virtues in the posture. You are now becoming as the virtues of the Father, and you should also make as much effort. Don't waste your time. The highest of all Father of teaching you have to study every day. That one is the imperishable Father and also the teacher. Those who have come later are big ahead of the golden one. The whole world is now making progress through the Father. It was the Father who makes Sri Krishna virtuous. He is the one who gives to everyone. All others take. This destiny is being created number-wise according to the efforts you made. Look how sweet and lovely the unlimited Father is. All of you are now making progress through the highest on high Father. Everyone else has to come down the ladder. It is the wonder of the Father. You may eat, drink, and do whatever else you do, but simply sing praise of the Father. It is not that by staying in remembrance of the Baba you are unable to eat. You have lot of time available at night. You have at least 8 hours. The Father says, at least do minimum for 8 hours service for the government. Show anyone who comes there and weigh the souls to progress. Liberation in life means it is the master of the world, and liberation means to be master of Brahman. It is easy to explain this. However, if it is not in the fortune of some, what effort could they make? The Father explains, the rust and souls cannot be removed without them having remembrance of the Father. Even though you might give knowledge throughout the whole day, you souls cannot make progress without having remembrance. The Father explains to you children every day with a lot of love, but each of you can understand for yourself whether you are progressing or not. It doesn't just you children here who hear this, but children at all these centers hear this. This tape mission is kept here. It records the sound on itself and goes on service. It does a lot of service. The children then understand that they are listening to Shiv Baba's Murli. When they hear it through you, it becomes indirect, and then they come here to listen to direct to Baba. Speaks it through the mouth of the Brahma. That is, he gives the nectar of knowledge through the mouth. At this time, the world has become Tamo Pradhan, and so it needs to have to be rain of this knowledge over it. There is a lot of rain water. No one can become pure with that water. All of this is the matter of knowledge. The Father says, now make up. I am taking you to the land of peace. There is progress for you souls in this. All the rest are physical beings. Only they listen to the spiritual things. Only you become the multimillionaire unfortunate. The Father is the land of poor. Only the poor hear this. This is why the Father says, give this knowledge to those who have stone intellect and those who are without virtues. Such things do not exist in the golden age. That is an unlimited Sivalaya. It is now an unlimited brothel. It is completely Tamo Pradhan. There is no more margin for that. This impure world now has to change. There is the kingdom of Rama and the kingdom of Ravan in Bharat. When there is an immortal religion, there is peacelessness. War continues to take place all the time. War is now to take place and great force. A very strong war will take place and then end, because the kingdom will have been established and you will have to reach river Karmatit stage. At the moment, no one can say this. Then, when it is the stage does come, this study will end. You will then be transferred according to the efforts you made. This high stack will catch fire and destruction will take place instantly. That is said to be bloodshed without cause. Everyone will die unnecessarily. Rivers of blood will flow. Then rivers of ghee and milk will flow. After the cries of distress, there will be the cries of victory. All the rest will die while sleeping in the sleep of ignorance. Establishment has been takes place very tactfully. There will also be obstacles and assaults. The gates of heaven are open through the mothers. There are also many men out. Because women give birth, they receive a great reward than the men. Everyone will go to heaven, number wise. Some can still take birth as the male twice conceivably. It will take place according to the accounts fixed in the drama. When there is progress of souls, there is so much difference. Some become the very highest, the some becomes very lowest. There is the vast difference between the kings and the subjects. The father says to the sweetest children, now make effort. Become pure by having yoga and dharana. Can then takes place. The distraction is very high. You have to consider yourself to be the souls and remember the Father with lot of love. Souls love the Supreme Soul. This is the spiritual love through the souls make progress. Souls fall through the physical love when some doesn't have it in their fortune. They become those who run away. The sacrificial fire yajna has to look after. The sacrificial fire is being served with every penny of the mothers. Here it is the poor who have then become wealthy. Everything depends on how you are studying. You are how become those who have the fortune of being wed. All of you have the feelings. Those who are the become breeds of the rosary needs to have such a good feelings. Continue to remember Shiv Baba, do service and you can make a lot of progress. You have even surrendered your body for the Shiv Baba service. You have an intoxication. Throughout the day is not like going to your auntie's home. You have to check how much progress you have made. Baba says, do not remember the past and don't have an expectation of the future. You can be at your livelihood. Whatever time you have, remember the Father and your sins will be absolved. Baba even explains to you those who are the bondages. You have to explain to your husband with a lot of humanity and love. If he beats you, you have to show him your flowers. You need great tact in order to save yourself. Your eyes need to be very cool. You must never fluctuate. There is the example of the Arjun in this. This is completely unshakable. All of you are Mahaveers. Whatever you happened in the past, you must not remember it. Remember constantly cheerful, remain firm on the drama. The Father himself says, I too am bonding by the bonds of the drama. There is nothing else to do. It is written of the Krishna that the killed devils of the discuss of the self-realization. All of those are the stories. The Father cannot commit violence. That Father is also the teacher. This is no question of him killing anyone. Are those things referred to the present time? On one side, there are many human beings, and on the other side, there are you. Those who want to become will continue to become. They will continue to receive their status as they did in the previous cycle. There is no question of miracle in this. The Father is merciful. He is the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. Therefore, he caused sorrow. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. First point. Do at least 8 hours service for the godly government and use your time in the worthful way. Become as virtuous as the Father. Second point. Don't remember the past. Let the past be past and remain constantly cheerful. Remain unshakable on the drama. Blessing. May you transform wasteful thoughts, words and deeds in the peaceful ones, and thereby become the holy zone. The holy swan means someone who transforms wasteful thoughts, words and deeds into powerful ones. This is because waste is like a stone, and stones have no value. Jewels have value. A holy swan instantly recognizes while something of use or not. While do anything, simply let this awareness merge. We are knowledgeful Raj Yogi souls who have ruling power and controlling power, and nothing can go the waste. This awareness will make you into holy swan. Slogan. Someone who considers himself to the guest in the form of this body is able to remain free from attachment. Om Shanti. With Avyakt silence, experience the double light, angelic stays. On the commemorative way, all the traffic is stopped and 3 minutes silence is observed. All activities are stopped. In the same way, whether you are doing something is or taking practice, stop the traffic of thoughts. Every now and then, stop the thoughts in your mind and even a minute. And whatever work you have doing physically with your body, stop that and establish yourself in your angelic form. Om Shanti.